And you know what I mean? I want, to think how much has been cheated, you know what I'm saying, from, you know, deserving people, like as far as like art, and I know I can vouch for my place here, as far as like my godly ministry, and I knew what I was capable of for the kingdom of the light, and how much influence I could have did, how much goodness, I could have, spread it to those that will follow the love of God, from God. So I mean, to think like all together how much has happened is like, I mean, it's ridiculous. This whole situation. You got people, places and things, admitting to it. Now then all of a sudden now, everybody just like abandoned the idea of, what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like everything's shape shifting and it's weird, you know what I mean? I just know things from exactly how I, been through it. You feel me? Then over time you see like, the same collusions with injustices and such. It's like kind of like they're steering towards falsehood rather than the truth, slowly but surely. So that's leaving me sticking out like a sore thumb. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sticking with reality from what I've been going through all these years. And it's like stories and things starting to change ever so slightly. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like society swaying, in the favor of demonic, leaders, and people like that who, who committed atrocities, but, not even reverence or recognize that, just weird things. I just speak on what happened in my life. And I know that the same individuals was already talking to me since like 2014 personally. And then they blame and divert to other people, but it was them as well though. You feel me? It wasn't just who they diverted to. So, I mean, this is a crazy situation. But the point of this recording is look at it and, all the information I disclosed, what's been happening to my legacy. And, how they still have this desire, I actually proved that they had a premeditated desire to kill, steal, destroy from my legacy, my body of work. You feel me? They had intentions of canceling, assimilating somebody's brand or ideals to somebody who they wanted to have it that did not create it, while, mislabeling the person's entire legacy or literature as being something that it wasn't in order to justify hiding it or destroying it, in spite of it being an honest, integratable, body of work of an original creator and author. So you see it's something worse going on here, because, I mean, I proved that there was already a premeditated agenda, against my legacy and against anything that I created. You know what I'm saying? A premeditated agenda against it to, ultimately cancel it and then take it, or hide it or do something to, keep it from being visible to the people or visible to, keep me from further solidifying it. And you see, that's what happened. So you had all these different beasts, you know what I'm saying? They like animals. They was sent on my legacy to, they got sick on my legacy, you feel me? And, they were allowed to just ravish it and say and do whatever it takes in order to try to prevent my stuff from being solidified in history. You know what I'm saying? To be able to destroy my stuff out of, out of history when it got every right to be there just as much as theirs. It's just the thing is, my stuff better than theirs. You feel me? My art and everything is better. It's more sophisticated, more complex than the best of what they thought was, feel me? So they don't want my stuff in existence. So the structure's allowing them to try to manipulate on some soothsaying stuff, feel me? Like straight up, whatever it takes to get in good, to be able to do that to my body of work anyway, do that to my legacy anyway. It's never friendly, you feel me? Because that agenda's still there and they still pursuing it when the whole entire, country know what's going on. So this is like desperate, you feel me? They invested a lot in this scam against my life, a premeditated scam, something for which they continue to try to pursue. And then they try to manipulate me as if I haven't been going through this for the last 8 years, and try to manipulate me as if, we on the same team. You know what I'm saying? we not on the same team because we don't have the same interests and we ain't going the same direction. You know what I'm saying? I'm heading to the Lord. I mean, the light of God, that's what I always stood by. And then I'm trying to maintain my ministry for the Most High. And they never did nothing like that. You know, it's people that can be converted, but it's people that blessed with the Holy Spirit. God don't want them. You feel me? So, but the point of this, the crime is nullified. You know what I'm saying? Because I proved that it was all of this slander and everything was coalesced for a bigger ulterior agenda and goal by, various, people, places, and things, including, businesses, entities, and, and structures and artists. And they had a premeditated goal of, canceling or destroying my stuff. Well, by me proving that should nullify the crime. You know what I'm saying? Because they were moving in the interest of envious and jealous other influential figures or artists. So because I prove, that motive exists, in people that was connected to influential figures, this also had, roots in the structures and also actually took illegal actions consistently against my life, passively or actively, resulting in unrecoverable damages to my brand and my body of work and my intellectual property already, So, by me proving that, then there's no way possible, you feel me, that in any way the crime should be able to be completed anyway. You know what I'm saying? As if I don't have over 20,000 quotes, crying for help already through the course of that time period, as well as all these recordings. And then even in some of my poetry, you know what I mean? You feel me? As if none of this exists for the crime to still be completed anyway. Now the crime is hereby nullified. You feel me? So under any circumstances, they can't have any, association with my body of work. You feel me? And there's no way could this city or its extension still be allowed to interact with my life at all. You know what I'm saying? In the sight of the White House. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? If it's still happening, then we going, all I know is, you know what I'm saying? These are the end times. This is obviously, these are the end times prophesied in the Bible. For something like that to even be possible, that's, it's impossible. We know their intention, their goals. I don't really know said individuals like that. You feel me? I don't trust, I know what they did to me all this time. And I know what they've been doing to me all this time. And that's all I know, So, the situation should be nullified. You know what I'm saying? I got tons of good material content. You feel me? I already had, things contrary to their slander before they ever slandered me. You feel me? I had things contrary to, the smear and the framing campaign, just my existence really before it ever got, started good. You know what I'm saying? And simultaneous to them sledging me and all types of smear and snares and traps and, setups and all this stuff they was doing to me all throughout the year simultaneously, I still continue to consistently, create and supply innovation, and good concepts to those who, love God. Now, during the course of this time, there was no way, or at no point in time, would I have had room to incorporate these other people into my life, because I was already fighting for my life just as I am now. That, they have absolutely no room or place, to even be in my lane in my range of sight, for the things that I've been going through, that I didn't even know, these people were doing it until recent years. Like now, it's like after the worst of it over, then everybody still, people stepping out, coming out the woodwork, inadvertently, informally taking credit or responsibility. Well, I'm like, if they take responsibility for this, that a person witnessed, I witnessed and testified against this demon, campaign, demon empire, demon kingdom, whatever it was. I didn't care. I don't fear no evil, but because I didn't, I stand firm in my faith all year. I live and conducted my life in a way that will please God. That's how I live. I already talked about, how they try to project, things on your life, directly proportional to what they desire, you as, or what they desire from you. You feel me? They desire to see. You know what I'm saying? That's and that's a lot, like I said with the quote about the parable with the grasshopper suit. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants you to cosplay and dress up in a grasshopper outfit or costume, you feel me? I mean, even if you want to, you ain't no less of a person, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be what they want to see you as, you feel me? So they try to dress you or overdress you in all these false labels that paint over you, you feel me, with all this, you know what I'm saying? And cause that's what they want, a desire of you out of the ideology that they have in their mind, in their reality, you feel me? But that's not my reality, you feel me? That's not God's reality. And that's not the reality of people who got sense, you know what I'm saying? But some people, they have a dwarfed image of you. Actually, the truth is they don't have it. It's quite the contrary. The image they got of you in their mind is the direct opposite of a dwarfed image. But they have to try their best to irrationally have some type of control over you, you know what I'm saying, in order to keep you in a dwarf position, ignoring all aspects of a civil society, all laws, all rights, all everything, and having to answer to nobody, having to answer for it to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Every possible part of, the structure, law, and all that. And then, these things, I just recently exposed, I explained the crime, but, how they tried to just shade me off the top, get me talking about all this stuff all these years to try, by doing all this excessive void to my life on the low the whole time, let me know what's going on, who doing it, everything. And then, so that would drive me into distress. And then, after I did everything that I possibly could, I was supposed to be pulling my hair out by now. And then, this is when they supposed to be trying to actually complete the counseling scam. It's the biggest disrespect to, anything that looked like Elijah, whether it realized it or not, because all this stuff was happening on the low the whole time. And then now, they hoping to be able to, ultimately, complete the crime anyway. You know what I'm saying? Despite of every possible measure taken that a person in a free world, regular civilian could take, to protect their life, well-being, and their legacy and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Blatantly, not recognizing it on purpose and allowing things, to snowball to a point where it ultimately result in the same thing, for same reason, the same outcome that it was, intentionally created for 20 years ago. You feel me? That was the very goal in the first place, to be able to have control over Elijah's work and influence or whatever, I did in my life, to be able to have control over that, irrational, illogical control, because control that the person, Eli, here does not even consent to. You know what I'm saying? And in the earth, I would be considered, a individual, a able-bodied individual, a capable person. You know what I'm saying? A person that got sense. You know what I'm saying? They got a good enough understanding of right and wrong, you know what I'm saying, to know that this is not right, you feel me? And this is wrong. What's going on? You know what I mean? We say like all common sense, everything, all common sense, just wisdom, street smarts, book smarts, everything that, things that I understand, go out the window for like almost any influential figure that was involved in this scam. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just lose all knowledge or understanding, when it comes to anything that I'm talking about, hoping to just be able to push me under the rug real quick, counsel me, they'll keep society going. You know what I mean? No, it's not going to be like that. I stood for God in my time in the earth, So when they counseling me, they counsel God for everybody. For the whole land.